Now, with all the rules out of the way, get ready for historical roast.
Hello, everybody! This is Eddie Furth.
This is Ryan Pigg. It is Friday night, 29 November 2024, and on this night in history, we are roasting the Queen of England.
It also just so happens to be our 10-year anniversary of roasting dead people.
We've been doing this 10 years now. We've roasted people like Walt Disney, Abraham Lincoln, Hitler a lot. Hitler is our most repeated guest on this show.
Next to Helen Keller.
Next to Helen Keller, yeah.
I think so.
We put the two of them together. They're a great duo. If you get Hitler and Helen Keller, they cancel each other out. Neither one's paying attention to the other.
He signs a lot of dirty things to her. Yeah, I can't believe this. When we started, Eddie's beard was the color of that hat, actually.
We started this show in the back of a comic book shop on Sunset. Whoever saw this show at Meltdown? We started in the back of a comic book shop. We turned it into a Netflix series. We had Bob Saget and John Stamos on the first episode, and when John Stamos heard that story, he told us we should have kept it in the comic book shop.
Hard critic. We've actually had some amazing comedians on the live stage shows as well. We've had Justin Willman play Harry Houdini. Melissa Villasenor from SNL played Michael Jackson. I was thinking, actually, we had Tony Hinchcliffe play Hitler, and in 7 years, he hasn't broken character.
I'm so mad we mentioned his name on this show. He's gonna love that we brought him up. I hate that.
No.
Oh, man.
He's in Texas as taint or something.
Yeah. It's been 10. This is actually my longest relationship. Is 10 years. In fact, I don't know if I told you this. When we got the Netflix series, that was the first time my father ever said he was proud of me. So now I know how much his love costs. It's about 25 grand in 2 relationships.
Yeah.
That's what
We're celebrating 10 years of the show and 6 years of friendship.
You wanted to see if we get picked up for a season 2 before we went for a season 2?
Yeah, we're on season 6 of our friendship right now. We'll see if it gets picked up. I'm really excited. Oh wait, we should mention...
We should shout out, we have a third guard of Buckingham Palace who actually couldn't be here tonight. So our producer,
They're still alive. It sounded pretty gloomy just now.
If they weren't alive, it would have been their roast.
Yeah. They found out they flew from New York, found out they had COVID this morning. They're not going to make it. But Samee Junio has been with us since the first minute we concepted this idea.
Big round of applause for Samee. This show does not... You look at the two of you already know the two of us couldn't put this whole thing together just ourselves.
Yeah, in fact, can we chant Samee's name real quick so they know they're missed? Everyone go Samee, 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 Samee. All right, amazing, thank you. They won't. I'm not going to send that to them.
I like that Samee's reaction to the show tonight was the same thing when I didn't do my homework. I just pretended to be sick so I didn't have to mention that I didn't know anything about the Queen.
But we finally got it. We finally get to roast the Queen.
In fact, we were so excited to celebrate our 10-year anniversary, we killed the Queen just so we could do the show.
Yeah, we just asked Meghan Markle to leave a window open. She's 101, that's going to happen.
It didn't take very much.
This is a small breeze.
Who feels like they know a lot about the Queen of England? Round of applause.
Oh,
I'm like you guys. When we set out to do this show, I knew nothing about the Queen. I had no idea who the Queen was. What does the Queen even do?
There's a really popular show on TV that you all couldn't just watch. It's got Emmy nominations. Matt Smith plays her husband. It's called House of Dragons. You didn't watch that? Lazy.
That's about Royal British Parliament.
Yeah. Margaret Thatcher shows up. She's a dragon. It's crazy.
All I learned about the Queen, I read her Wikipedia, I read all of those 10 greatest facts about the Queen. Mm-hmm. She seems like she's just a figurehead. Like she has no actual power, but a whole lot of influence. Like a mom at a wedding. Like a grandma at the holidays.
Yeah.
Like George Clooney in Hollywood.
Keep going.
Like Taylor Swift or Beyonce.
No, too far, Eddie! That's Blasphemous. So she has something I do know, and many of you might know. Her corgis were cloned. She had the technology. She cloned her corgis.
She's the Queen of England for 70 years. All we could come up with, she cloned her corgis.
She cloned her corgis. And the Buckingham Palace people have a code for when they get out and they're trying to chase the squirrel. It's Attack of the Clones. They're big Star Wars fans over there.
I did learn she celebrated her birthday twice. She has 2 birthdays. One is like earlier in the year is when her actual birthday is, but the weather was so bad she actually had her birthday in the summer so they could have a nicer party. I don't even celebrate that whole birthday month thing. A birthday quarter seems like a lot. That's like the original basic bitch move.
Yeah.
Just a whole quarter for her birthday, twice.
Twice. I actually looked up a list of different things she accomplished, and for some reason one of them is she danced with an African king. And I'm like, I don't know if that's an accomplishment, because I donated $200 to an African prince, and I haven't heard even a thank you.
She did.
Thank you. He got her too, yeah.
Someone at that table finally got to. I did learn that she served in World War II as a mechanic. So she, instead of Rosie the Riveter, she would have been Beatrice the Riveter. But she served in the war. She worked on cars. But her father, the king, didn't let her serve in the war until it was like the tail end of World War II. It was kind of over. Her father let her go because it was safe. Kind of like her father letting her go to prom in the last 10 minutes when nothing else is going to happen. She was allowed to go.
Yeah. Or when you have sex. I wrote that 2 days ago, and I don't remember where it's supposed to go in the show, so I decided to throw it in.
We were going over this after everything we were talking about. It goes, like, when you have sex? I was like, I don't think that's where it is.
I don't know where this goes.
This is what I wear when I'm having sex. This is my normal outfit. This is pajamas to me.
Yeah. Well, we do look like sex toy soldiers. I also had that somewhere in the set. I don't know.
My favorite thing is when you forgot your own joke and you asked me to correct it. What was I gonna say, Eddie?
You wrote all these, I think.
We do look like mall cops from England.
Yeah.
We actually just stole these costumes from a marching band, a high school marching band. This is all this really takes.
Yeah, we look like the British are pre-coming.
We're the security. If we're the security guards at Buckingham Palace, there must be a lot of insecurity at Buckingham Palace.
I feel pretty secure. I like this outfit.
You think you look good in this outfit?
Yeah, I'll take this home.
You kind of look like if this is what happens when you let like a 4-year-old do a Build-A-Bear at a Build-A-Bear workshop and they don't put enough stuffing in it. That's what you look like.
Well, you look like Dumbledore fought in the Revolutionary War. Come for me.
I don't have anything else for you. This is the best you've ever looked since you wore the Civil War costume where you were one of the Confederate soldiers. This looks even better. This is the most dashing I've ever seen you look in 10 years.
Thank you. You look like the soldier who got lost wandering in the desert. Don't know what that means either.
It's like a British Jewish joke. I don't think there are a lot of British Jews. Are there a lot of British Jews? That doesn't sound...
You guys don't even know anything about the Queen!
You didn't know anything about that was just one of those pity reassurances. Like, are there British... You're like, I don't know, Eddie, but I feel like I should say yes. I don't really know what's going on in Palestine right now, but it feels like I should say yes to get out of this.
Yeah, there's no Hanukkah decorations at the palace. Should we bring up the dais?
Do you guys want to meet your panel of roasters for tonight? I think we should say, well, is everybody... Oh, this is perfect. Yeah, let's bring up your panel of roasters. This is the most incredible collection of historical figures in the history of history.
Yeah. Oh, let's bring up John Lennon, everybody, from the Beatles. Yes.
The very first president of South Africa, Nelson Mandela.
Keep it going for Marie Antoinette. Keep it going, because it might take a while.
It might take Marie Antoinette just a minute.
We'll come back to Marie.
She's got to put her head back on. Yeah. Let's welcome to the stage William Shakespeare.
Okay. Keep it booing for Adolf Hitler.
Let's welcome to the stage Winston Churchill.
Winston, everybody. That's Richard Nixon Winston. Yeah. Keep it going for Princess Diana. What the?
Thank God we're not in a tunnel in Paris.
Let's welcome to the stage Marie Antoinette. Oh my God.
Oh my
Big round of applause for Marie Antoinette.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
2 seats on an airplane. And let's bring up your guest of honor, the roastie of the evening. Please welcome the Queen of England, Elizabeth II. This looks like a high school theater production of The Crown.
This is like Bill and Ted's AI adventure. Gotta get out of here. What am I doing?
This is my favorite category of porn. Historical figures in costume.
Yeah, this is like BBC made porn, you know?
Big round of applause.
No. No. I haven't seen this many rich British people since we roasted the Titanic. We roasted the Titanic.
You know what this is? Guys, big round of applause for your 2028 U.S. presidential candidates. Either dead historical figures or comedians costumed as dead historical figures. Anything would be better at this point. Even you as Hitler.
I mean, we're basically there.
Oh, man.
Give it up for the days, everybody. Give it up for All right, it is my honor to bring up the very first roaster, one of the most talented Beatles that's dead. He is the husband of Yoko Ono. One of his most famous songs is Imagine. As in Imagine, he has a good singing voice. Give it up for John Lennon!
Hi, everyone. Hi, I'm John Lennon. When I died, my accent died too. That's the excuse I'm making. It's me, John Lennon. Good to be back. Here we go. Man, I didn't know I'd be first. It did say it on the paper. Said it on the paper? I can't do it. The paper? I was on the paper. Lennon, Yoko, put it down. Was he always just telling her to put stuff down? He'd be like, put it down, Yoko. Put the spatula down. That's not an instrument. She's just screaming in the corner. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm starting with Shakespeare. Oh, great view of Shakespeare. You can all see Shakespeare. William Shakespeare is here. He's, of course, known for writing his little plays, right? We all know that, right? In fact, if writing plays were a sport, he'd be the Wayne Gretzky... Fuck me. The first one? In fact, if writing plays were a sport, he'd be the Wayne Gretzky of writing erotic fiction about two 13-year-olds. Okay, Romeo and Juliet, they're young, and he wrote it. Princess Diana is here. That's the only one I have for Shakespeare, isn't it? Wow. Princess Diana is here. Oh, wow, look who crashes the party. She died in a car accident. People know her as Lady Di. And Lady did. Lady dead. In fact, if car accidents were a sport, Lady Di would be the Wayne Gretzky of dying in them. We gotta get on board with the Wayne Gretzky thing, because that's most of what I'm doing. There's Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill's here. Hey, did you know this about Winston Churchill? Did you know this? His final words before he died, he said, "I'm so bored with it all." Which is exactly what someone would say if they were watching a historical roast on a Friday night in Hollywood. Who am I roasting now? He's also famous for saying, "If you are going through hell, keep going." Which is what Prince Charles would say to Lady Di during sex. Because he's hideous, isn't he? Imagine having sex with that guy. Nelson Mandela! There he is. He's the origin of the Mandela effect. We all know the Mandela effect, right? Where we think certain things are real, but they're not. He's the reason why we think Sinbad was in a movie called Shazam. You know that? Yeah. And Queen Elizabeth is the reason we all think Prince Charles looks like 78 breakfast sausages sewn together. Because she made him. You made him that way. Another Mandela effect is people thinking it was Bearstein Bears. Bearstein Bears. When in reality it was Bearstein Bears. Bearstein Bears. Okay, let's see if this joke works. If it were Bearstein Bears, something tells me Hitler would put a stop to it. Because it sounds Jewish. That was the joke there. In fact, if Nelson Mandela were a hockey player, he'd be the Wayne Gretzky of having people think he died in prison. Does it sound like I wrote these yesterday? There he is. Speaking of there he is, Hitler is here, which I think should be America's new slogan in 2025. That should be on the airport when you land in, Hitler's here. Whoops. Whoopsie. Hitler, by the way, being played by Keith Carey. That's the guy under Hitler. Who will now forever have photos of himself dressed as Hitler. Soak it in, everyone. You're witnessing the death of a career. That's Keith Carey, everyone. Keith Tells Jokes on Instagram is the man currently dressed as Hitler in 2024. He is Hitler, and he is right now Hitler. So, you might say if ruining your chances for auditioning for anything having to do with Disney were a sport, Keith Carey would be the Wayne Gretzky of Hitlers. We're getting there. Marie Antoinette!
Hello.
God damn. The only one that put effort into this.
I didn't put effort in, it was 7.
There it is. Oh, I got it. She said, let them eat cake, right? Which, according to the big asses on the Queen's corgis, the Queen fed them cake. I didn't write this right. I was talking about the dog's big asses. Oh man, I didn't write enough for her. She was executed via guillotine. Did you know that? Right? In fact, if getting her head chopped off was a sport, she'd be a headless Wayne Gretzky. I should do another head one. When Marie Antoinette gives head, she gives her entire head. There it is. The tags are gonna save me. Queen Elizabeth. Okay, now, all right. Uh-oh. Here we go, the main event. I'm John Lennon. You know, the royal family is kind of like the Beatles, right? You're Paul, Charles is Ringo, Philip is George, and Prince Andrew is a pedophile you raised since birth. Epstein's Island. Did you guys know he went there?
He's on the logs.
Man, okay, this is... okay, a couple more. If the monarchy was a sport, she'd be the Wayne Gretzky of raising pedophiles. There we go. She looks like if an Easter egg had a three-way with a wedding cake and a bag of chicken skin. She's got a great group of kids, though. She's got a good bunch of kids she's got. And your son is now king, and you also have a son that's the Wayne Gretzky of going to Epstein's Island. I didn't mean that. Okay. You know, if Wayne Gretzky were Prince Andrew, he'd be a pedophile. That's how I close?
Keep it going for John Lennon. The Wayne Gretzky of the Beatles. And the Wayne Gretzky of beating a joke into the ground. Keep it going for John Lennon. Let's keep this rolling. You guys ready for your next roaster? Yeah! Your next roaster is an anti-apartheid activist that spent over 20 years in prison and then became the very first president of South Africa from 94 to 99, one of the most important figures in history. Let's welcome to the stage Nelson Mandela.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. This is spectacular. Congratulations to your 10-year celebration. 10 years they call the aluminum anniversary, which is an appropriate title for your tenure because after the famous comedian brought your intellectual property to mainstream, you were wrapped with the leftovers. And here we are. Yes. Speaking of leftovers, you are dressed as the beef eaters who were the Queen's Guard and transition to the King's Guard, which is appropriate for today. Because all of the queens in attendance, never mind. No, we are roasting my good friend, Queen Elizabeth. She is here, we are friends, a great friend who I've known, ever since I've known her, she's only had 2 facial expressions. Of course, the pleasant grace and the final resting place, resting face. So it is good to see you in a different face today, even if the face is 5 o'clock shadow. It is stupid. Let us talk about some other people that are here today. John Lennon is here for some reason. He's a great man who sang of peace but caused nothing but chaos among his friends. Interesting fact, it was the night of his murder. The security guard who was asleep on post was so grief-stricken, he quit his job and immediately became the comedian we know today as Sinbad. Yes, I will be rewriting history throughout. Whenever the jokes do not work, it was not me, it was Sinbad. Princess Diana is here. Hello, good to see you. She wanted to be the people's princess, but hit rock bottom. Sinbad wrote that joke for the wrestling fans that are among you. Despite being a divorcee of the crown, when she was killed by TMZ in a car accident with her travel companion, she died eternally a princess. No wonder Elizabeth did not want her to ascend to royalty. The beef eaters would have definitely transitioned to beef curtain eaters. They had to sample them. Sinbad also wrote that joke. Very crass is Sinbad, vulgar comedian. Shakespeare is here. Curtsy for Sinbad, for Shakespeare. Yeah, no. For some reason, all of his poems and plays were about royalty, but he did nothing to challenge the status quo, only glorifying their bullshit. No, never did he elevate the common person. And why would he? He was a pedophile himself. I mean, it is no wonder his most famous play was a love story about some minors.
Only one of us went to jail. Not like us.
Only one of us was president of a war-torn nation. Yes. It is true though, yes. Hitler is here to remind us all that none of us have seen the pearly gates. How can you roast a man whose soul is already tucked into the most hottest, darkest shadows of the eternal furnace? I do not know. but I do know Hitler's true crimes would probably make Netflix bust a nut. Excitement about the story they will tell in 5 years, starring Timothy Chalamet. Interesting fact. Oh, please.
He's great.
Yes.
I loved him.
Hitler only rose to power. He was very unpopular until he began cosplaying Charlie Chaplin. They did not respect him until the mustache. This fun this facts. This facts. Winston Churchill is here, who could have been a Hitler if he only applied himself. The Bengal famine he was responsible for was causing 4 million deaths, but it was only because of a hangover. Churchill's drunk ass was the only person in history to go to America during the Prohibition with a doctor's note to get sauced up. He had medicinal mezcal, a peach schnapps prescription, cognac capsules. Okay, I have a few of these, man. Old-fashioned ointment, no. A daiquiri dosage, no. I'll stop. Because now we celebrate Marie. Well, the head joke was already told, so I will skip past the head that she gave to the people at the time. But what a time it was when they did democracy right, you know. And it is appropriate that you are here today as you are, because you were dragged out by the people to a guillotine, which is... Yes! Yes, for sure! Is what the people said when they disconnect your head from your body. But we are here to celebrate a true royal, a dignity, a person with dignity, my good friend, a famed friendship that we had. She has seen the world change, but never had to actually change along with it. She actually never even changed her style. I would say she had the same outfit in 1,000 colors. It is a shame you could not see the automated world that we have crafted today. People that are afraid and up in arms about autonomous robots, they are in fear, but all they had to do was see you interact with your people to know that the robots have always been here. But we celebrate you, the longest living monarch in history, which deserves a toast, and raise your glass or cup or brewski or whatever it is that you have. Winston, please don't act shy. We know you have one in your pocket. And here's to Queen Elizabeth. Yes. Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, keep it going for Chadwick Boseman's dialect teacher.
Eddie, I don't know if we should have everyone... No, Ryan, we should have everyone as close to the front of the stage as possible. It won't be distracting at all. Winston Churchill won't stare at our asses the entire show. How you doing, Wince? Yeah, Winston Churchill, everybody! Oh my god. I'm kind of bummed that Prince Philip isn't here because I had some roast jokes. So I guess I won't say any of the roast jokes. I won't say, for example, that Prince Philip looked like he died 20 years before his death. I won't say it. I won't say he looked like he stared at the Holy Grail every morning. I won't do it.
Thank God you won't.
I won't even say that Philip looked like a smoker's lung. I won't say any of that. I'll just say that the royal family was afraid of Meghan Markle's ethnicity would taint their family's blood. Meanwhile, every man in the royal family ends up looking like Gollum. I won't say any of it. I'm a bigger man than that. Give it up for Prince Philip. He's riding in hell with Hitler. So coming up, I'll just say, this next roaster was the last queen of France, okay? She was beheaded due to the French Revolution. People might think that she said, let them eat cake, but that's a misconception. But to be fair, her hair was on the show, Is It Cake? Give it up for Marie Antoinette!
You say hello? Before I get started, could I have a peasant zip up my dress? Maybe Princess Diana? Thank you. Mind your business. I don't normally use my hands. That is for poor people. Back to my original point. Bonjour. Now, they call me the queen of the people because I could be literally any French person. Yes. You know what's really funny? Getting decapitated. That would never happen to me. Now, as many of you know, I was engaged as a child to the Prince of France. You thought you had a rough middle school experience. While I was there, they sent 5 French dignitaries to teach me to dress in the highest fashion. Their names were Anthony, Tan France, and Flatiron Jesus. Now, I come from a long line of, I used to say, pretentious white women, yes? But anyways, let's get into these roasts, shall we? I'm going to roast you all like my house, anyway. Winston Churchill, where are you? Where's Winston Churchill? Is he here? Where is he? He must not be present, oh well. Anyways, Winston is famous for saying the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. He was also a notorious drunk, and that is what he said before he roofied me. Mardi Gras is French for Fat Tuesday, but in his case, it is Fat Lundi, Mardi, Mercredi, Jeudi, Vendrea, Samedi, and Dimanche. I was never taught to read. It's not my fault if I said that wrong. I am the cheese, you are the cracker. An entire populace revolted against me, and it was still not as violent as you are to your liver. Drunk bastard, fuck you. Your stupid country that thinks it's better than everyone else. I run the only country that thinks it's better than everyone else. Make some noise for how you say Shakespeare? Yeah! He wrote Hamlet, which is French for my massive pussy. Let me tell you right now, even if I could read, I would not read your bum-ass plays. Oh my god. Like, oh, you fall in love, then you have sex, then someone gets killed and you give someone $1 trillion. Life is not so complicated. We don't need you. Just once, I want to be able to go to a Denny's without seeing a bunch of sweaty nerds who just did your plays. I am tired of hearing rats sing Defying Gravity. Fuck you! That is my Midsummer Night's Dream, for you to go fuck yourself. Your fans are the band kids of the theater world. The only thing that is louder than a French woman's fart is me snoring at all of your plays. Shakespearean English? Oh, you mean words with syphilis? If I could move in this dress, I would slap you. Beach. Anyway, Anyways, let's move on to Hitler. Anti-Semite. No, I have no idea what a Jew is, but I want one in every room of my house. That sounds wonderful. Now where's... Oh, he's very handsome. Now I've never read a history book, but I understand you're a monarch of Austria, yes? Oh, so handsome. There would be nothing problematic about a spicy romance between us, yes? You can paint me like one of your French girls, which is French for, you say, G's on my face. Yeah, I will pull some strings and get you into the French Academy of Art. But don't hold your breath if you don't get in. Try not to kill 6 million people. Bartender, your finest brick, please. I see John Lennon. Also, Hitler, you think you look so good, but you were dressed by a, you say, faggot. What, you think I can't say that? You stupid Americans, what the fuck? What are you going to do, cut my head off? I'm the Queen of France. Anyways, make some noise for Nelson Mandela. Oh, you stayed in prison so long, why are you so tan? Oh, Nelson, I loved you in Avengers. You know, I want to try peasant things like 2K and getting shot in Chicago. I am you say, creep? Also, I am not wearing a oops skirt. This is just my massive French scrotum. Now, I do want to be serious. Nelson, what you went through was awful. I'm so sorry. Like, it sounds so horrible and I don't know how to help, but when I oppress people, it is funny. Why can't life be like that? It's awful. Anyways, on to the... Pardon me?
To keep your head up.
That was a low blow. That was a really low blow. You know, you wouldn't like it if someone chopped off your head. Anyways, make some noise for Princess Di. More like Princess Cry Me a River, cause you're not as famous as me. Oh, you hugged a boy with AIDS. It reminds me of the time I threw a brick at a leper. You think you're an iconic fashionista, you're wearing a fucking black dress. That could be a tube sock for all we know. You are just jealous I've thrown more bricks at Leper's Beach. Oh, that is your revenge dress? Oh, apparently revenge is a dish best served cold and boring. Fuck you. Fuck England. And speaking of, make some noise for the guest of honor. What happened to your empire, sloat? It used to be big, now it is small. Anyways, I hear you drove ambulances during the war. That sounds stupid. You're a fashion icon. No, you are not. The British pound has her face on it, making her the only Brit to get pounded in the face more than Princess Diana. She wears the same petticoat in every color. Make some noise for autism. Fucking stupid old bag. I got my autism from Mercury. You had it from birth. Also, Princess Diana divorced your son. Ooh, burn. You could not even keep India under control. How hard is it to oppress 1 billion people? What's wrong with you? Anyways, waiter, your finest brick, please. And that is how you do it. Anyways, good night. Don't touch me. But also help me, I cannot move under my own power.
Keep it up for Marie Antoinette! We're all as tall as her hair right now, right? We all want Marie Antoinette's head?
Goodbye, I'm going to take a nap.
Give it up for Marie Antoinette! Our next roaster is, I guess we did not commit to British accents at all, did we? We didn't even try. Yours is Michael Caine. Mine was more Australian.
Let's hear it.
I feel like I should. Oh, isn't it? My nan's tea and biscuits. Our next roaster is the most famous playwright in history, isn't it? They wrote over 39 plays, including Romeo and Juliet, Hamlet, and my favorite, Cliff Notes. I didn't do my homework joke. They wrote over 154 sonnets, including my favorites, sonnet number 1, sonnet number 2, and sonnet number 69. Every one of them was numbered. You guys didn't do the homework either. That's fine. Let's welcome to the stage everyone's least favorite subject in school, William Shakespeare.
My name's William Shakespeare, in it. Now, before I get too deep in it with you lot, okay? I like to make it abundantly clear, man, this accent. Nobody knows exactly what the accent was back in Shakespearean London, right? Right? Nobody exactly know. No, you weren't there. No, there was no record. Nobody exactly know. So it might be similar to a bad UK roadman. Now let's get this straight. Okay, road. So this is a current accent, right? In London, right? And listen, that it's not in London. It's not. This is a class-based accent, right? Okay. There's no other demographic breakdowns of what this accent could be. All right? Do we get? A white boy on Love Island could have this accent, right? All right. See, in the UK, we got something called classism, right? That's like racism, where you can be racist to anyone as long as they're poor, right? Yeah. And so, just to be clear, there's nothing bad. If this was a racist accent, I wouldn't be doing it. I wouldn't be doing it here. I wouldn't be doing it in my bedroom and nothing like that. Okay. That being said, all right, it does threaten at times to get Jamaican. Especially with Nelson in my head now. Now I'm real worried. So I need someone here to volunteer to be the Jamaican police. Where if I slide too much into Jamaican, you get to go, Jamaican, you racist. Would anybody like to be my Jamaican police? This is a serious question for people in the audience right now. He's pimping you out. You don't want to do it though. No. Anybody want to be my Jamaican police? No, you cannot. No, you cannot, Marie. No, you can absolutely not.
I was literally the Jamaican police.
I'll allow it, mate. I'll allow it. So, big ups, Queen Elizabeth, in case. That was a test, mate. That was a test. That was real Jamaican. Shouldn't have. Got about 90 seconds left, probably. No. Okay, look, everyone's wondering, okay? Everyone's wondering, what am I going to talk about here? Is it going to be in iambic pentameter, you know? Did I actually write all my plays? No, I want to know, why am I here? I died in 1616, mate. This is mad, man. This is mad. I don't even know. That being said, it turns out I can't just rely on using roadman slang and you all laughing. It did work for about 2.5 minutes, but I won't. Big ups, though, to Eddie and. So hard with the Nelson. I was so practiced. Big ups to Eddie and Ryan, mate, for planning like a right proper timely roast to celebrate 10 years of this here show, right? You know, everybody was thinking, what's Queen Elizabeth II up to now, right? Because it is, after all, the 2-year, 2-month anniversary of her death, so I guess that's why we're doing. Could have been anything. Could have been the Pilgrims. That would have been real popular, you know. Could have been Wicked. That would have been huge. But no, we're here for this. I mean, you all came out, so I'm excited about that. I appreciate that. Do we have a lot of royalists here? Are we? Is that why we're here?
I should fucking hope so.
There we go. There we go. Additionally, I want to say, Ryan, Eddie. You two look like two men who would have been at the beginning of one of my plays, like real proper douches, you know? Having some petty squabble that they think is mad personal, but like they're just turning against each other because the powers that be have taken advantage of them, innit, you know? And it makes you say, sheesh, the whims of the corrupt really do be affecting the common man. Right? Also, man, I don't know if you don't know this, I invented bare words, okay? I invented mad words. True fact, this is truth. I made up the words lonely and eyeball. True. Google it when you get home. I need you to trust me on this one, okay? I need you to trust me. And I got those ideas when I was looking at Ryan and Eddie, right? People were like, where you got those? And I was like, oh, you know, where are we? Here we go. Someone said, what's that? And I said, well, lonely is like if you got nothing going on and nobody in your life, right? And an eyeball is like the slimy blob from behind where you look at. And that's kind of, everyone's like, man, that is what they look like. Yeah, man, that's nice. John Lennon is here. John Lennon is here. Man looks like a eunuch of sorts, isn't it? You know? I'm really enjoying this more than if it was going well, and I hate that about myself. Like someone in one of my plays is like, oh, why is that man with the lady at the house? Ain't we worried he's gonna stup her? No, man, you think that, but he ain't got no tallywhacker, man. But man boy can sing. And when I say man boy, I do mean boy man, because he ain't got no tallywhacker.
I have a dick.
Oh my days, John Lennon, oh my days. I know why your first song was called Twist and Shout, man. It's because you looked like somebody twisted your balls off, man, and then you shouted, oi! My balls are gone and so's me penis too!
I promise I have a dick.
Fun fact, you lot. Me balls are gone and so's me penis too. Anybody tell me anything about that sentence? Me balls are gone and so's me penis too. Me balls are gone and so's me penis too.
I had been content.
Yes! I got it in here! Okay? Adolf Hitler's here, man. Oh, Adolf Hitler. I looked you up, man. True bad man.
I trusted you. You're an asshole.
I would have written mean plays about you, man, if I had the chance. Man, what mean thing can we say about mans that hasn't been said? I'll say this. Double chin. You look at the... And I did tell Keith this before. I said I wrote this looking at pictures of Hitler. You not look at the picture. Keith was like, you shouldn't have said it. You shouldn't have told me that. That makes it much worse. You not look at the... I wish I hated bombing. But I get off on this. This is truly one of the best experiences of my life. You not look at a picture of Hitler. There's like 4 more people I've got to get through. 4 more people. Look at a picture of Hitler. He anytime he throws a little arms a smile, you know, his face is, and it's just, you know, how would he feel? How would you feel if we rounded up all of you people with double chins and sent them to camps? Probably wouldn't have done what you did if you thought about that. Might be a real interesting alternate history play. You know, I never did one of them. Maybe I will. Nelson Mandela's here, man. Did 27 years in the feds. Big up me, brother. Jamaican police are failing tonight. You were much better in life as a Jamaican police than you are tonight. You know, mad famous cuckold. Mad famous cuck, Nelson Mandela. True. No, good. Nelson Mandela's wife, Winnie, stayed with him. whole time he was in the feds. Then he got out. She starts cheating on him. And so we divorced. That's just sad. No punchlines. No punchlines. Winston Churchill's here. Man's always looked like he's got the poop. Wise man always looked like he's got the poop, you know? He unified the Allied forces to kick the Nazis out of Europe. If only he could have unified some fiber with some water to kick the poop out of his butt. Princess Diana, man. Tragic, man. Tragic. Queen Elizabeth is here too. Queen Elizabeth, she bred corgi. It's hard to say corgis in the roadman accent. Anybody think they can do it? It's not gonna get better than it was like 7 minutes ago, but I'm gonna try. She bred corgis with dachshunds because I guess there wasn't enough inbreeding of cute but dopey animals in her life. I wish that wasn't the last joke I had written. But it absolutely... See, what I do with these things is I'll start at the beginning. And so the intros are really, really good. And then I love... This woman made a face that was like, it wasn't really that good. Anyway, I'm Julian, sir. I love Shakespeare. Old William Shakespeare, man. Big up to Queen Elizabeth.
Keep it going for Chris Cumless. Let's move everyone closer to the end of the stage. This is a good idea. Someone else who's not here, JFK's not here. JFK actually met the Queen, and from each other they learned a lot. From her, he learned how to rule a country. And from him, she learned that the perfect way to stage a murder is a moving vehicle. That was more of a, we know. Keep going. For real, though. This next roaster is the worst dictator. Wrote a book named Mein Kampf. Mein Kampf sounds like what the doctor says when he squeezes your one deformed testicle and tells you to cough. Give it up for the 45th President of the United States, Adolf Elizabeth Hitler!
Fuck, man. Like, sometimes somebody gives you a shitty TV credit 8 years ago, and now you're drawing a fucking Hitler mustache on your dumb fat face upstairs in the Improv. Hey everybody, it's me, Adolf Hitler. A booking that seemed like a way better idea when I agreed to it 3 weeks before the election. Oh my God, keep it going for Eddie and Ryan for 10 years of this show. Historical roast, the show that fucking could, even though everyone said it really should not. Oh my God, I've done this show so many times I've lost count, and literally every single time I do it I go, fuck, that's tomorrow, I could cancel, right? Like, I could cancel, they have like 9 other wigs, like they'll be fine. Doubt me. But yeah, I'm Hitler, you guys all picked up on that. By the way, can we please stop comparing the Republican Party to me? Because that's very disrespectful to how good I was at being Hitler. Like, I'm sorry, not to steal someone else's bit, but I am the Wayne Gretzky of killing Jews. Like, no, it's true, like, they fucking suck, dude. Like, the Nazis looked amazing when I was in charge. They did. Even if you didn't like them, you know they looked good. Come on. The Hugo Boss, are you kidding me? They put the fucking brat in bratwurst. Come on. Fucking Republican Party now just looks like the Black Friday line at a Bass Pro Shop. Bunch of fat dads in polo shirts yelling that the Little Mermaid is the wrong race. I mean, dude, have you, like, I'm sorry, a Nazi rally? Incredible, awe-inspiring. It was at least visually interesting. A Trump rally? Oh my God, dude. Like, look, I'll go Julia Childs on 6 Million Jews, but I'm not gonna make people watch a Tony Hinchcliffe set. By the way, if I were still running shit, Tony would have been the first one in the oven. He's not Jewish, he's just fucking gay and retarded. I dare you to figure out who you're offended for in that joke. Anyway, enough about the Luftwaffe of the Waffle House. Let's talk about this day. It's great to be here on Black Friday, or as Nelson Mandela calls it, Saturday. Just kidding, dog. Fucking Hakuna Matata or whatever. No, I love black people. Some of my best friends are Kanye. No, I know you guys would think I don't like Nelson Mandela. He's got a great head on his shoulders, and I should know. I've been measuring his skull all night. I'm Hitler, don't be mad at me. Princess Diana is here. Looking gorgeous, by the way. Like, have you seen the tits? Like, I haven't been that impressed by a set of twins since Joseph Mengele sewed those babies together. Call me a limo in 1997, because I'm trying to get up in that tunnel and smash the walls. That is a good joke, I agree. Fun fact, I wrote... Keep Carey, not Hitler. I'll delineate periodically. I wrote on the Historical Roast TV show, and both Netflix's legal team and the British government said I could not imply that Queen Elizabeth killed Princess Diana. But thankfully, both this bitch and the show are dead, so she killed her. Like, for sure. 100%. William Shakespeare is here. Shakespeare wrote The Merchant of Venice, a play so anti-Semitic, even I was like, dog, dial it down a little. What an overrated hack. It turns out it's easy to be the greatest writer of all time in a time when population is 99% illiterate. Like, Shakespeare would suck so bad if he was just a guy writing now. Like, Shakespeare would be the kind of dude who finds open micers and was like, does thou want to work on a play together? And then takes his dick out in a studio apartment. Marie Antoinette, thank you for being here before Trump makes all this illegal in 6 months. I'm sorry, the wig is a monstrosity, honey. I don't know why people are worried about drag queens grooming kids. This bitch can't even groom herself. Get the fucking cheese out of your cunt, lady. I'm talking. Fun fact, Marie Antoinette was prosecuted for incest, or as Queen Elizabeth calls it, first base. Who else? Wasn't John Lennon great, everybody? Yeah. You're all like, I guess. No, it's nice to see him leave an impression on something besides the side of his wife's head. John Lennon hit his wife. I didn't. Why are you mad at me about it? By the way, I hate that everyone blames Yoko Ono for breaking the Beatles up. Like, I do hate that, because number one, it's kind of racist and sexist. And number two, like, that bitch was busted. There's no way it was her that broke up the Beatles. Oh, you guys all think Yoko Ono was super hot? Like, ruined the greatest band of all time hot? That is D- pussy. I'm sorry. I have seen melted Hiroshima victims better put together. Like... I stand by it. That one was Keith Carey. No. Winston Churchill is here. Winston Churchill. That's how many personal pizzas he's ordering. Winston Churchill was an inspiration. He found a way to be surrounded by disgusting British food and still get fat as shit. You know how embarrassing it is that I lost a war to a motherfucker that looks like Mr. Potato Head at a funeral? Winston, by the way, I'm Hitler for this next one. Winston Churchill defeated my troops and helped form the nation of Israel. A great choice that has gone super smooth and chill for everybody. Everybody unclench. I am not comparing Nazi Germany to Israel. I could have never got America to pay for it. It's very frugal of them. I'm sure that's a coincidence. Whoops. Anyway, Queen Elizabeth is here. Queen Elizabeth was the head of the royal family, an institution that's captured the hearts and minds of British people and fat, sad American aunts alike. The British family was very mad that Prince Andrew went to Epstein's Island. Not for the pedophilia, they were just mad he fucked somebody that wasn't a blood relative. But you are the most unlikable queen up here, and I'm including Eddie and Ryan. Queen Elizabeth rarely gave interviews or made her position known on political issues, which is admirable for a queen, but frustrating if you're panic writing this set on a bus before you put on a fucking Hitler costume. And let's be real, when somebody's like, oh, I don't talk politics, what they mean is, I'm racist, but I don't want you to be weird about it. The British Empire baffles me. You conquered half the planet, stole all of their spices, and then used none of them. Africa, you held blackface parties, you were racist to Meghan Markle. Do you know how big of a piece of shit you have to be for Hitler and Nelson Mandela to both be like, this bitch? In summation, I'm going to break character for 1 second. I am Keith Carey again. I know I've said some inflammatory things up here. I assure you I only agree with some of them. I do sincerely want to thank Eddie and Ryan for 10 years of this show. Because I've been here since the second fucking show, and it has been amazing to watch this show evolve from a lightly attended gimmick show in the back of a comic book store into a full-scale television production, into being amazingly rejected by the American public at large, and back into a slightly worse attended gimmick show in the second best room at the third best comedy club in a 1 mile radius. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Heil me or whatever.
Keep it going for Hitler. My grandma survived the Holocaust. She was in Auschwitz for over a year. This is the second time Hitler has made me cry. That was incredibly sweet. I like that our version of Hitler looks like he ate the Jews when they came out of the oven. At least no food went to waste. Give it up for Hitler. It was. Oh man, our next roaster is one of the greatest leaders in history. They led England through World War II, defeating that asshole. He was prime minister twice, once during World War II and again in the 50s. He is famous for wearing a bowler and looking like a bowling ball. Let's welcome to the stage Winston Churchill.
Now is not the end. It's not even the beginning of the end. But it is perhaps the end of the beginning. Nelson Mandela takes huge shits. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. And Shakespeare gives hand jobs to little boys. Gratitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. And what also makes a big difference to your plumbing is when Nelson Mandela takes a huge shit in your toilet. Success consists of going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm. John Lennon has an enthusiasm for Asian chicks. The fucking lab. The best argument against democracy is a 5-minute conversation with the average voter. And after a 5-minute conversation with Marie Antoinette, you want to cut off your own head. Folks. To improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often. And Nelson Mandela changes his pants often because he takes huge shits. A lie halfway around the world before the truth has a chance to get its pants on. Princess Diana never has her pants on. She's a slut. Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. When Nelson Mandela sits down on the toilet screams, "No!" You can always count on Americans to do the right thing after they've tried everything else. And everyone's tried Princess Diana because she's a slut. A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. And Shakespeare sees his penis get hard when he drives by playgrounds. Never, never, never give up. And Hitler never give up looking for your dick. He's got a tiny little peanut. And he's got a tiny little peanut. He's got a little tiny dick. Wow, 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 wow.
That dick sucks.
I was actually at the production office the day after we I don't know what the roast, it was the Hitler roast or whatever. This was on Netflix. And Gilbert Gottfried was Hitler. And he killed so hard. And then the next day, like, one of the Netflix executives was, like, upset that writers were laughing at Gilbert Gottfried killing as Hitler. And it was like, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, the Netflix guy, not the, like, I'm like, you understand Gilbert Gottfried isn't Hitler, right? And like one guy got up and like it was like the Netflix guy was like, come talk to me outside. Come talk to me outside. And like they got up and went and talked outside. Who was it?
I thought it was some cunt.
So fucking good.
Michael Ratner asked Ray to go outside.
Oh, yeah. He's like, talk to me outside. Talk to me outside. We shall defend our island. Whatever the cost may be, we shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender. Queen Elizabeth surrenders her butthole on the first day. She takes it up the butt. She takes it up the butt. Give her a little blackberry brandy. She'll take it up the butt. The last time I did Winston Churchill, Tony Hinchcliffe did play Hitler. Who knew? We knew. They knew. Without tradition, art is a flock of sheep without a shepherd. Without innovation, it is a corpse. And Queen Elizabeth lays there like a corpse while she lets you take it. She puts it in her butt. She lets you put it in her butt. She just lays there like a corpse. She just lays there like a corpse. Your penis, your finger, whatever you want. In her butt. The Queen. They're here because they couldn't get into the main room. That's whoever was asking before why they're here. That's why the lab shows always go great. It's always a room full of people who are just like, what the fuck is this? But But that doesn't mean you don't tip your bartender. Everyone, and I don't care if you're from some fucking backwards, godless country where you don't do that. You're an American now, honey. The truth is incontrovertible. Malice may attack it, ignorance may deride it, but in the end, there it is. There it is, in the end, in Queen Elizabeth's end, because she takes it in the butt, it being a penis or a finger, or whatever it is you want to put in her butt, she'll let you put it in her butt. Victory at all costs. Oh, I skipped the first one. I may be drunk, madam, but in the morning I will be sober, and you will take it up the butt. Victory at all costs! This is the last one. Victory at all costs! I'm killing. Victory in spite of all terror! Victory however long and hard the road may be. For whatever victory, there is no survival. Just like a toilet won't survive Nelson Mandela taking a huge shit and
Keep it going for Alfred Hitchcock Nixon, everybody. Why are there like 5 phones up here? What's going on? That's so weird. That's such a. Oh, it's yours? You want it? Oh, sorry, buddy.
Is this iPhone as it back on? I believe it is garbage.
Thank you. Yes, it's iPhone 5, I think. Oh, wow. Keep it going for, seriously, Churchill, everybody. Give it up for Churchill. It's a weird name, though, because he doesn't act like he goes to church, and he doesn't look like he goes uphill. I don't know. That's true what Adolf Carey was saying earlier about the writers' room. We were roasting Princess Diana, and the UK lawyers call, and they're like, you can't imply that the Queen was that she murdered Princess Diana, even though, based on everyone here, we all know that's true. But we're also roasting Kurt Cobain in that same show. We get a call from the US lawyers, remember this? And they were like, you can't imply that Kurt Cobain was murdered either. And up until that point, I always kind of assumed that Princess Diana was murdered by the Queen. But then, in that moment, I realized she may have killed Kurt Cobain, too. Is that true? Anyways, I'm very excited. I'm very excited to bring up the next roaster. She is an activist. She was married into the royal family. She was hounded by the paparazzi, which ended in a terrible disaster. It's called Diana the Musical. I don't know if you've seen it. It's awful. Oh, one person. Sorry, maybe I haven't seen it. It's awful. Anyways, please give it up for. I'm sorry, just real quick. Your nickname's Princess Di? That's so inappropriate. Why wasn't it Princess Live to your mid-80s? Give it up for Princess Diana, everybody!
I just want to say, we've been sitting up there for so long and I really have to pee. So please make this worth getting a UTI for. Okay, speaking of vaginas, Queen Elizabeth, you look like a yeast infection. Okay, can I borrow your crown? I just want to know what it feels like to be queen just once. And also, I forgot mine. Fuck, okay.
Oh, it'll be fun. Ooh. It'll happen one day.
That's an omen.
Too soon, too soon.
Art imitates life.
Okay. Why do I look like if Ellen DeGeneres got what was coming to her? Sir, what do you do for work? No, someone said I look like Matt Rife, but without the crowd work, so I was just trying. Since we're in America, I want to say Happy Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving is a lot like the roast of the Queen. Both events have mashed potatoes. In America, one's on the plate, and the Queen just looks like them. Okay, it's exciting to see. It's exciting to see us roasting the Queen in America. After all, me and America both have a similar ghost haunting us, Camilla, or you say Kamala. Okay. Camilla, Kamala, same thing. They're both our country's side pieces. Only difference is Camilla won. Okay, you can tell I'm wearing my famous revenge dress. They say revenge is a life well lived, and while I didn't get to do that, at least I can rest easy knowing that everyone fucking hates you, you dumb cunt.
Yeah, well, way to be dead.
Thank you. Last thing I'll say about me is, Paris Hilton and I have a lot in common. We're both famous blonde socialites whose lives ended with one night in Paris. A sex tape joke? Okay. All right, Sinbad. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Okay.
It's okay, being a queen is hard.
Let's start with someone annoying. John Lennon is here. Yes. John Lennon, the man who told us all to imagine there's no heaven. Well, as the only person on this dais to make it there, I can tell you it's real. Okay.
Did you see it from afar?
Why do you look like you're allergic to pussy?
I
am. You look like an entity people see on a DMT trip. Okay, you and the Queen have nothing in common because she would never let her empire be conquered by an Asian.
My fucking wife!
We're so mad, we are scared.
Okay. Oh, Yoko brought as much peace into your life as a Mercedes brought to mine. She brought as much love to your life as Charles on my wedding night. Okay, I'm so jealous of you. Your killer is up for parole a 15th time next year, and mine remained the Queen of England. You fucking bitch. Okay, your killer wanted to kill you after being inspired by a book. Imagine wanting to kill someone after you read. Mine only kept me alive to breed. Sinbad wrote that joke. You were a choir boy and a Boy Scout? Now I know what your connection is to Prince Andrew. Okay. You infamously had a foot-long ass crack. The only person more interested in your ass than Yoko was Jared from Subway. That was so funny, Marie Antoinette might laugh her head off!
Fuck you.
You Marge Simpson ass looking bitch? Okay. There's a misconception that she said, let them eat cake. What she said was, let them eat this ass, am I right? Okay. You look like your pussy blows smoke circles? That's just a fact. Okay. Okay. I really think we would have gotten along. I mean, I really would have loved to sit down for a cup of coffee with you, but I'm sure you can't stand the sight of a French press. That was a smart joke.
No, it wasn't, otherwise I would have gotten it.
Okay. I hope you did just at least one charitable thing in your life and donated your hair to Locks of Love when you died. Okay. Nelson Mandela.
What is the problem? Everyone is yelling at me. That is a sensitive subject. No.
Nelson, you spent 27 years in prison and then became a world leader. Wait, didn't you die in prison? It's just the effect you have on me. Okay. Should I just skip all my jokes, or? You were in prison for 27 years and you haven't seemed to age a day. I guess what they say is true. Black like crack, or... You spent 27 years in prison and came out looking like $1 million, which is exactly how much the Queen spent to have me killed. Just kidding, it was way more than that. Okay. The Improv Lab, am I right? Okay. Okay, let's just keep it moving. Winston Churchill. Hello. Okay. You fat fuck. You look like a drunk bulldog. You sloppy, drunken fool. The only thing more resilient than your speeches are the stains on your shirt. In your famous speech, you said, "Do not give in, never, never give up." Why do you just sound like a white woman doing mantras in the mirror? I am beautiful, I am strong, I will not give in to doing anal tonight. Yeah, you kept saying you will never surrender unless it was to a buffet. Like you look like you're about to collapse from a 10-course meal. Yeah, I feel like Germany wouldn't have been so scared of you if they knew your worst enemy was a flight of stairs. Thank you, one person. Okay, let's keep them coming. Speaking of wanting to keep men coming, we have William Shakespeare here. Jamaican police. You look like the guy who gave me HPV at the Renaissance Fair. I knew I should have let me buy that turkey leg! God damn it! You look like your penis wears a tutu. You look like your pronouns are thy, thou. Should I just end it there? Okay. You look like you call your penis Beatrice Featherbottom. Shakespeare, you were a great auteur of your time. Or as the modern Hollywood, they would say actor / writer / DJ. You look like you little fuckboy piece of fuck shit, whatever. You look like you call your dick a quill pen. Girl, let me just dip my quill in. Okay. Just the tip of the quill. Okay. Why are you wearing a coffee filter around your neck? Shakespeare said all the world's a stage. And so people started performing on your forehead. I mean, your forehead is so big you used it as your Grindr photo. You look like you make the face a child makes after they try to eat sushi for the first time when you eat pussy. You look like a Silver Lake barista. To thine own self be true, and here's your oat milk latte. Shakespeare, you wore one gold hoop earring all the time because it was easier than simply saying you're gay. Okay. Don't take the fan out. It's making me nervous.
I am hurt, fuck you. You are so selfish, bitch. And it's bad because I am saying it.
Shakespeare, everyone knows that you and Carlos Mencia have so much in common. You're beloved artists who didn't write any of your own material. Okay, Bill, you made up a lot of words. Thou, thine, art, all these things. If I wanted to sound like a confused medieval child, I just hang out with my husband. Or Joe Biden. Okay, Okay, speaking of pieces of shit, Adolf Hitler is here! The man who started World War Jew. Okay. You know, a lot of people said you were autistic since you kept obsessing with transporting people by train. But I just think you're an asshole, so. The man, the myth, the closeted homosexual. Your mustache looks like it just came out of the closet. Why do you hate Jews so much? Because they could get into art school?
And the smell.
You look like a cartoon. And the smell. You look like a cartoon character from Scooby-Doo, just being like, and I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling Jews! You know, your haircut and your mustache are both so bad. They're just so wrong. And let me tell you, 2 wrongs don't make a right. No, seriously, I'd love to take a ride on your mustache, because my ride's pretty unreliable. And let's just keep it moving. Here we are. The Queen. You fucking cunt bitch, I hate you. You're the OJ to my Nicole Brown. The Casey Anthony to my Kaylee Anthony. Is that wrong? Queenie, you're like the furniture at Buckingham Palace. You're always there, old as dirt, and everyone's just dying to get rid of you. Okay. Queen Elizabeth, you inbred bulldog. You're so ugly you look like the pills on an old Christmas sweater. Let me get one Queen Elizabeth joke in, and then I will leave. Sure, I may have died in a car crash, but at least I don't look like one. You traveled with bags of your own blood, because you never know when a ritual sacrifice might pop up. You drank so much blood of babies, I thought you were a Clinton. Queen, you're such a girl boss. Yes, Queen, you slayed me. You were my mother-in-law for a brief moment, or as the English say, mummy, which is exactly what you turned me into. After you died, you asked Prince Andrew to take care of your most favorite child, your dog. So you know for sure that they'd be well-groomed. At least the young ones. The old bitches might die. You receive $58 million of tax from the sovereign grant, but no amount of money will stop your son from fucking kids. Okay, You and Betty White are so similar. You're both female public figures who lived to be nearly 100 years old, except people liked Betty White. The only similarity you have with her is that you wish Meghan Markle was white. What? Okay. We'll just laugh on one joke and then I can get off the stage. How does that sound? You had a wild legacy. 15 prime ministers served you. Anally. Fuck! Just laugh at the next one, even if you hate it! For crying out loud!
This is what her reign would have been.
Okay.
Can you kill this bitch again?
I haven't seen someone sweat this much since I turned off the ovens.
As a Jew, I did actually find that funny. All right. I married into the royal family because I wanted to know what it would feel like for my pussy to be colonized.
Give it up for Princess dying up here. I wish I was in that limousine. Jesus Christ.
She was on fire the whole time.
Are you guys ready for your guest of honor this evening? She was the longest reigning monarch in history. I still have no fucking clue what she does. Let's welcome to the stage Queen Elizabeth.
Hello. Hello, dearies. Welcome. It is a true honor to receive a roasting from my loyal subjects. It's a lovely respite from spending the last 2 years roasting in hell. First of all, let's give it up for Eddie and Ryan. They have spent 10 years doing historical roast and very little else important with their lives. A decade of this. Wow, boys, you've managed to build up a more disgraceful legacy than I have. I'm glad you decided to attend the event tonight dressed as two hard-to-wash butt plugs. Let's start with you, Mr. Nelson. Hello, Mr. Nelson. Hey, remember when you tried to be a good person and they threw you in prison for 30 years? That was funny. I think I found the most amusing part was when you didn't do anything wrong and then they ruined your life. Prison really did a number on you, Mr. Mandela. If you were any more emaciated and black, Diana would hug you on camera just to piss me off. Yes. In all seriousness, dear, I'll remind you that you do have my number. I'm rather renowned for dancing with the President of Ghana. Dancing. I believe my dear Philip was the first royal to use the throne of Britain as a cuck chair. Really. And here we have you, Diana. You're looking particularly lovely tonight. Your stylist must have groomed you harder than your husband, Charles. She was 19, I didn't do it. In spite of our renowned acrimony, I'm rather fond of you, darling. In fact, I'd be honored to invite your limo driver in for a drink. Diana, you tried to steal my thunder, and I beat you so severely you would have thought I was John Lennon. Although I cannot find fault with your work, your charitable work with landmine removal in the Balkans and the terrible lives they claim, landmines have blown more children than my son, Prince Andrew. Diana, I invite you to consider Mr. Mandela's Truth and Reconciliation Committee, because the truth is you're a hog-nosed, butter-faced English 4 with a haircut like Andy Samberg, and that's something you'll have to reconcile. Oh, I suppose we'll get the women out of the way, which I've done many times in my life. Give it up for Miss Antoinette, everyone. Yes. The first of us to be cancelled by the woke mob. No, really, her life was cancelled by an incredibly woke mob. I found it rather based, as the youth say. I find you rather arrogant, Miss Antoinette, considering you're basically the Jojo Siwa of the 1700s. I do believe if you were alive today, you'd be married to Russell Brand. You strike me as a girl who gets way into autumn. You look like you've never not cried at the end of Legally Blonde. You look like you wouldn't realize you're the bad guys when you're watching Wicked. And in 1778, you birthed your first child when you were 22, or as my son Andrew would call you, a cougar. These gloves are hard to turn papers. You said, let them eat cake as they killed you, whereas the English people live quite the long life by never eating anything delicious at all. Oh, I suppose I'll move on to one of the most villainous men in history. Hello, John Lennon. John, you're quite famous for singing Imagine There's No War. Ooh. You blow my mind like that, and you strum a shitty guitar? Somebody got their dick wet sophomore year. John, you're rather fortunate the Crown has no regulatory power, because if I had my way, I'd throw your fucking instruments into the Thames, and you'd spend the rest of your life fingering girls you sell mushrooms to like the good Lord made you to be. You know, in July of 1982, a mentally ill man broke into Buckingham Palace, but I managed to de-escalate the situation without further incident. Perhaps your friend George could have taken a lesson. I don't quite know what you thought we were going to be talking about tonight. Oh, and here we are then. Hello, Herr Hitler. Philip's sisters send their regards. Mr. Hitler, I'm rather impressed with your populist seizure of power in the United States, Germany. But in all seriousness, I look forward to your upcoming appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience. You're going to be down in Austin saying shit like 6 million wouldn't even fit in the camps, and then Joe's just going to be like, yeah, I heard that. It is true you invited my Uncle Edward over to Germany, presumably to get your hogs sucked off. His association with the Nazis is truly shameful. If you and he had any more in common, you'd be my family's gene pool. You're responsible for the deaths of millions of human beings you considered your racial inferiors, but enough about Mr. Churchill. Winston, I do appreciate your work in the seizure of the Suez Canal. You assaulted the Arabs' most vulnerable orifice, but I suppose Diana's new boyfriend got us back on that one, didn't she? Thank you, Keith. By the way, I was rather fond of Mr. Shakespeare's performance tonight. Who would have thought Keith's outfit would not be the most problematic element of the show? Winston, I made acquaintance with your wife, Clementine Churchill. Miserable woman. When I consider how sandy her pussy must have been, I thought, oh, he's storming the beaches, all right. But in all candor, everyone, the Crown honors each and every one of your contributions to the great United Kingdom. A nation where at any time of day you can get stabbed outside a kebab shop. A nation where you can watch a security guard tackle a 9-year-old for stealing a bottle of vodka in a Glasgow grocery store. A nation so transphobic it makes Alabama look like a Los Angeles Friendsgiving. But we were all blessed with a wonderful distraction and scapegoat for it all, and to that I say, God bless America. Thank you, I've been Fifi.
Keep it going for the Queen, everybody!
Let's get up your panel of roasters tonight.
Matt O'Brien! As a Beatle.
Which Beatle?
I don't know, John or something?
Yeah.
Not George.
Keep it going for Anyi, Malik as Nelson Mandela.
Gigi DeBussy as Marie Antoinette!
Julian as William Shakespeare.
Carey as Adolf Hitler!
Matt McCarthy as Winston Churchill.
Leah Lamarr as Princess Diana!
And Fifi Dosch as Queen Elizabeth II.
Thank you to all the comedians who've done this roast before, and to all the comedians who are here tonight.
Thank you all so much for coming. This has been fantastic. Amazing 10 years. Go watch Historical Roast on Netflix. If all of you do it, we'll get a second season. This is enough. This is good views.
Yeah, don't watch The Crown, though.
That's Ryan Pigg.
That's Eddie Furth.
This is Historical Roast, teaching history a lesson. Have a great night. Thank you guys for coming.